Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is a special type of video today. I'm going to show you how to basically made easy, I suppose. I was asked to show you guys how I do my basing, so that's what I'm going to do. So for all my regulars here, guys, I feel love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute. Right, so the first thing I'm going to show you is I've got 3 models here. Okay, I've got this Pox Walker model, which is not fantastic, but it's, you know, he's undercoated and he's gravelled. I have a Chaos Legionary who's undercoated and gravelled, and then I have a Intercessor Marine to be gravelled. So I'm going to show you how I gravel them. Then I'm going to show you what I do with the base to have them better ready, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this guy but take it a bit further. Okay, so move these 2 guys to the side first of all. Right, so as you can see, this big mad contraption here, this is actually like a little storage box. Okay, so mini storage. What's the capacity on it? Let me have a look, see, hold on a second. It's 3.25 litres. It's an absolutely, cost me €3. It's actually a small, very small box, but it's perfect for putting gravel into. Not only is it perfect to put gravel into because I can empty the bag into it, and then I put the lid on, I can clip it shut so no moisture is going to get in and nothing's going to get into it. It's also brilliant. Let me show you this guy. Redempted Red. Okay, I can put him straight in. I can then gravel him and he's done. I'm not going to be making a mess everywhere because I can tip everything back into the box. Now, I have one of these old mixing pots with PVA glue in it. Okay, now you can use the white PVA glue that you can see at the bottom, but there's actually clear PVA glue in there as well. Now what I do is, and this is very simple, so I'm going to grab an Intercessor Marine. I take an old brush. This is an old brush that's knackered. It's very sharp because it's just PVA glue brush. So when your brushes get to a point where the bristles start pushing out everywhere, just turn it into a PVA glue brush. So I dip that into the PVA pot and I start putting it on the base. What I do is I spread it all out. Try to get every little nook and cranny on the top of the base. I don't want to get it on the trim. But if I do, it's not the end of the world because I've tidied it up before I go to the next stage. Right, I'm going to go off camera and just finish putting glue on the last bit of that. Right, so I've done that. Okay. So what I do now is I take my fingers and see I've got a bit on the trim. I just run it around the trim and clear it off. Okay. You don't want to get any glue on the legs of the model either. I take said model, put them in there. Okay, so it's half buried, the base is buried. I lift it, I tap it on the bottom. I then run my finger around the edge to remove any stones that are flapping over the top. And there we have it. Now I usually leave this for maybe a day to dry. And then what I do then, when it gets undercoated, I will, when it's undercoated, this is what you're left with. Okay. Now, because this guy's been sitting on the side for so long, you can see there's that little red bit of whatever that is, bit of fluff, paper, whatever it is. Just make sure there's no, if you do have model lying around after you've undercoated it, just make sure there's no bits of fluff on there or bits of web. For some reason, spiders love making webs around the models. It's another example, yeah. So then what I do then is I'll come in with some Steel Legion drab. If I can see it. No, I can't see it. Give me a second. I'll find it. Right, so I found it. Sitting right in front of me. Still leading drab, okay. And what I do is it's on my wet palette. I take some on my brush, and it's not a dry brush, but it's not a paint either, so I'll just run it over the top. Okay. The idea is that bits of the black undercoat are going to come through, but also the gravel, the brown's going to stick to the gravel, and you're going to have different shades of. Okay. Now, another reason why you do the graveling first, well, I do the graveling first, is because when I undercoat the model, any bits of the base that have been missed, you see there's a little bit there, you're just going to hide it with the undercoat. If there's, the undercoat will also give you like a protective seal layer across the gravel with the PVA glue. You'll still lose bits of gravel here and there, but nothing too serious. See how very simple this is. That is very, very simple so far. Yeah, well, it's all very simple. I'm going to just do it again on this guy, so it's on a much smaller base. Okay, very, very easy. So I'm going to leave that to dry for a few minutes. I was going to show you the different thing to do on the smaller model, but I'm actually going to do it on a bigger base. I think it'll look a lot cooler. Right, so I'm still a little touch wet at the front there. You can see how easy it is, how nice it looks. Now, before I was going beyond, this stage, and I'm about to show you in a minute, going, really into it. But then I just I got all these models to paint. Do I really need to go that beyond that? So I stopped doing that. So I just leave them as this now. Okay. I do have lots of grass tufts and stuff like that. I'm not going to put on every single rank and file. I think I did this a couple of weeks ago when I painted one of the models, and I put type of grass tufts on that. I think I do need to use them a bit more, but I think I need to use them just for character models and really important things, or things that are really imposing, things like the Redemptor Dreadnought or Doomsday Walker, or Doomsday Stalker, or just things that are going to really be on the battlefield and really stand out. Normal rank and file, I don't think it's going to be that important. Anyway, so I'll start with one technique, and I'll show you another technique. So what I'm about to show you now, you can do. I stopped doing it because it's a bit too much. But you come in now with Bane Blade Brown, okay, which is a nice layer paint. Some on the brush, and you go back over the gravel, but you don't get every single piece of gravel, you just get some of it. Now, Bane Blade is a layer paint, so it will go on bright and dot itself down, so don't be panicking if you do it and go, oh, it's not dark enough, because you can always go over it. There's where we're at now. There's a big difference in it, just that one colour. Okay, so what I'm going to do, stand him up by dropping him, I'm going to do the same thing again, but instead of using Bane Blade Brown, I'm going to divert the colour a little bit. So I'm going to come in with some Baylor Brown. Okay, again, it's another layer paint. This is a really weird mustardy browny type colour. I'm going to do the same thing again, but not get all of the stones, because you know when you see stones on the ground, they're not all the same shade or a particular colour. And I'm going to leave both of them to dry. When they're dry, if I think, oh, that needs a bit more Bane blade, which I don't think it will, I think that's grand, then I'll apply some and I'll tell you. If I think this guy needs some more Baylor, I'll do it, but again, I don't think they're going to need it anymore. Right, so I'm going to go one step further. So this is how this guy's looking. Very nice. For this guy, I'm going to come in with some Euro yellow. Again, it's another little layer paint. And what I'm going to do with this, I'm just going to bring it in and spread it about here and there. It's not going to be fantastic. That's it. So I'll come back to you when that's dry and show you that when it's dry, because again, it's a layer paint, so it will go on bright and dull itself down. Now what I'm going to do with the other guy, I'm going to take a little bit of White Scars, but you can use Youth and Grey, you can use Screaming Skull. Take a little bit. I'm going to come in, just tap it around here and there. I'm going to leave them to dry, and then I'll come back to you and show you what they look like when they're dry. Right, so there we have it. Maybe the yellow is a bit too much, I don't know, but I think it still looks cool. You could even take a bit of the grass dots, the grass tufts, and put them on here and there if you want to. I think the white just really just speckles that off nicely. Very, very simple, very easy. Now you don't need to go Bane Blade brown and white. You can go Bane Blade brown and leave it like that, or you can, instead of doing white, you can do Screaming Skull, or you could do Youth and Grey, or something like that. Again, with this guy, you don't even need to do the yellow if you don't want to, or you can just do excuse me, or you can just do Steel Legion drab like I do, nice and easy. Now there is something else to talk about, because I do my demons slightly different. So my demon bases, once I've undercoated them, I undercoat them black. I use grey cere on them because I used contrast paint on a lot of them. I come in with this technical paint with Astro Granite. Now it's a really weird looking paint. Let me give it a shake up so you can see. It's like a gravelly paste, yeah. Now I've got a little device to apply that with. This is it here. It's a texture brush. It's not a brush to it. It's like a little scrape and but it's very flexible, so it's nice and easy. Now, when this dries, it looks like a gravelly stone. It reminds me of like tarmac. Okay. And all I do then is I give it a dry brush of Steel Legion drab, and then when that's dry, I give it a dry brush. I think it's Troll Slayer orange, and that's my demon base is done. I only do it on the demons because that's a long process and a long annoying. These are expensive pots, these technical paints, so I don't want to use this on everything that I have because it'd be a bit silly. There is an easier way and a cheaper way of doing things. Now, when I say a cheaper way of doing things, you may have the money to buy the gravel, or may have money to buy technical paint and all stuff like that. Sorry, let me rewind myself a minute. There is another technical paint that I've seen. It's the crackling one, I think it's called. And there's the earth one, I think. But basically, when it dries, it cracks. Now, if you're going to use that, the best thing to do is to get some, I don't know, just 3 colours that you like. Just for example, red, orange, yellow. Okay, corn red, Troll Slayer orange, and maybe yellow that I just showed you. You get them on your wet palette, you water them down, and you put the red on first, and then you come in with some orange, not everywhere, but just some places, then some yellow, and then when that's dry, then you put that technical crack paint on. So as that dries and it starts cracking open, you'll see the orange coming through, the yellow, the red, and it'll make it look like lava or something like that. Now you don't need to do the reds, you can do it with greens if you want to, you can do it with blues if you want to. But if there's an easier and cheaper way of doing things, if you can't afford technical paint like Astro Granite and stuff like that, or if it's accessibility. Now when I say accessibility, what I mean is there could be a hobby shop near you. There could be, just say it's a 30-minute bus journey, yeah? You don't drive, it's a 30-minute bus journey, or you do drive, but there's nowhere to park, so it's easier to get a bus. The problem is that that shop may never have gravel in stock, because everyone else is going there and buying the gravel at the same time because they want it for the same thing. And again, it's accessibility for them to get there and everything else. So if you find yourself in that sort of situation, or if you know it's expensive for you to buy gravel and stuff, there is a quick and easy solution. What you'll need is all-purpose filler. Okay, so this for cracks in the walls and stuff, and a lolly stick. Now you can probably pick this up, the filler and probably lolly sticks, in your pound shop, or if you don't know what a pound shop is, it's usually everything's in there is like a pound or £1.50. Here we have something called Deals, which is €1.50, but again, I think this cost me €1.50 the filler. I think lolly sticks cost me, I think it was €1 from a place called Choice. But I'm sure if you're in America, I'm sure a place like Target and stuff like that would sell it anyway. And what you do is, this is what it looks like. Yeah, like a white paste. Okay, that's not dry yet, but that's almost dry. You can see how that goes like. Anyway, so what you do is, you'll take your model, okay, you'll dip your stick into there, and you put it on the base, and you just push it around the base. Don't tap it, because you don't want spikes on it. You're trying to have it as smooth as possible. Try and push into as much gaps as possible as you can, and leave it to dry. And then when it's dry, you'll undercoat the model as normal. But when it dries, what happens here on the base with it is it goes like a stone. So then if you apply the same technique that I've shown you there on top of that, you'll get amazing results. But if you're going to do it that way, you're probably going to want to use Screaming Skull over the top of the Steel Legion Drab, just because that looks a lot better together. So that's a very quick and easy way of doing it. The filler can take a long time to dry though, so you really need to plan ahead. So if you're going to do, say, the intercessors that you can see here, then you'd do them today, and then maybe 2 days time you'd come through and, you know, check it, because you don't want to undercoat the model if the filler isn't dry, because the filler goes like a clay and starts falling apart and acting really weird if you start adding moisture, water to it and paint and stuff like that. So you want it to make sure it's fully dry first of all. And so your filler you can get pretty much anywhere. So there we have it, guys. Very simple, very easy. I'll probably name this video very easy basing techniques or something like that. But anyway, massive thank you all for watching. If anyone has any questions or comments, chuck them below as always. Or if you do this sort of combination, but you use 2 different colours, let's just say, for example, I'm picking up 2 random colours from over here. Let's say you used these 2 colours, okay, in a mad combination, and they work really well. Chuck on below and let everyone else know, so they can try those things, those different combinations of crazy colours. If you're new to the channel, guys, you've seen this for the first time, hit the subscribe button because it costs you nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube to share this video to more and more people, which makes this incredible, amazing community of you guys grow even more. And I don't know why it's gone all out of focus. Anyway, guys, until next time, thanks for watching. Take it easy.